A source reached out to me early this morning at about 8 a.m. and saying, hey Matt, I got some information on this Connor Stalions dude you might want to know. I've been told this groundbreaking information that Connor Stalions was paying out of his own pocket for these kids, flights, hotels, food, and etc. when he wasn't supposed to be. Which then led me to ask a couple of these guys, okay, I understand that. I mean, that's crazy, but here's what I asked them. Why would he do that out of his own pocket? I'm on BT. If you don't know what BT is, it's short for bad timing. But the point is, your boy Matt has some information that could pretty much destroy Michigan football. I don't know how to describe this, guys. I really don't. Is this a definition of power? I hold something, I possess something that could literally destroy a big-time D1 football program? I feel good, really good. I guess the best way to describe this is I feel like Tobey Maguire when he turned into the Black Spider-Man. You know what I'm talking about, by the way. Spider-Man 1, the original with Tobey Maguire, that's the best one, but different conversation for a different day. But yeah, I feel like the Black Spider-Man, it shouldn't feel good. I know it's bad for me to know this, but at the same time, I like it. Whoa, hold on. I know what all you sitting there saying, Matt. What in the crap are you talking about? Well, my friend, that is a great question, and I have an even better answer. I need to throw this in there as well before we even get going on the situation and matter. I have to be extremely careful when talking about this because I could get in trouble, and the person who told me this could get in trouble, and so many other people could get in trouble. There's a lot of pieces to all of this, and to protect myself, I need to make this extremely clear to the Michigan football program and whoever tries to come after me. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm simply telling a story for YouTube. It could be true, but it could also be false. Now that I've protected myself, I can pretty much say whatever I want, so let's get into it. Within the past 48 to 72 hours, I've had multiple sources and, more importantly, a few recruits reach out to me. I need to make this evidently clear. It hasn't been just one, it's been about 3 to 4. And all 3 or 4 of these recruits, ironically enough and coincidentally enough, you know where I'm going with this, they were getting recruited by Michigan. And for those of you that don't know, Michigan isn't big on NIL. They're farther behind than teams like Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, all the other big teams. And that's the main reason they have fallen behind in recruiting, because they're not paying a lot of these players like everybody else is. Well, within the past couple of days, since we started making videos on this subject, I've had a few recruits that were recently recruited by Michigan reach out to me. And here's where things really start to get interesting. All these recruits had or has a relationship with Connor Stalions, and they've spoken to him. To protect myself and these recruits, I can't tell you jack squiggly crap on whether they're in high school or these were former recruits or any of that. All I'm telling you is that these are recruits. And yet again, to Michigan football, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm telling a story. It could or could not be true. And what's funny about all of this is all these recruits that reached out to me, their stories lined up perfectly. Not a single difference in them. So you know what that tells me? Yeah, they're telling the truth. Now, with that being said, you better lock in, strap up, because we're getting straight into this and things just get crazy and hectic fast. All these said recruits, they told me that Michigan, for their official visit, yeah, they took care of the hotel, the flights, all that nice stuff. But, and this is the biggest but out of them all, however, they weren't willing to pay for their unofficial visits and just whenever the kids or recruits wanted to go up there on their free time or spare time. So let me clarify on that. Michigan, they pay for the official visit like all the other colleges, but for unofficial visits and just if they want to go up there for a week or whatnot, Michigan doesn't take care of that. The parents or the recruit has to take care of that. Which in the first place I thought was odd because most of your other schools, they take care of unofficial visits and official visits, at least from my knowledge. But anyways, getting on track here, the point is Michigan didn't pay for unofficial visits. They said, hey, you're more than welcome to come up here, but you and your family, you got to take care of all the expenses, which is okay. Well, this is where your boy, good old Connor Stalions, aka Manifesto Man, comes into play. I've been told this groundbreaking information that Connor Stalions was paying out of his own pocket for these kids, flights, hotels, food, and etc. when he wasn't supposed to be. Which then led me to ask a couple of these guys, okay, I understand that. I mean, that's crazy, but here's what I asked them. Why would he do that out of his own pocket? And like I said, their stories line up. A couple of them told me that's just how much he loved Michigan football. He wants to help them out. And it makes sense because we all know Connor Stalions, he's a psychopath. He's got that Michigan manifesto plan of how he wants to take over the program. And the dude was at a Naval Academy school, and during the bye weeks, he was showing up to Michigan football games. He just loves Michigan football, and he wants to help them out. I get it. After they told me why he did it, here's my next question. How did he afford it? And here's where things really, and I mean really, started to get strange to me. One of the guys I was talking to, he knows who he is. Shout out to you, man. He told me straight up what was going down, and I'm not going to share that because he asked me not to. But the other few guys I was talking to, they said, yeah, man, I can't tell you all that. And oh, yeah, I need to throw this in there. You're probably wondering, Matt, where's the messages? Every single one of these guys have asked me not to show them the messages, and I just can't do that. I got to protect them, and I hope you can understand that. And I get it. Everybody's going to say, Matt, I can't believe this story if you don't have proof. Well, I'm sorry. I just can't show proof. I hope you know I have the decency not just to get up here and lie about this. And number two, how in the crap would I make any of this up? There's no incentive for me to make this up. There's plenty of other videos I could currently be working on, so you're just going to take my word for it. Anyways, like I was saying, so here's where we're at in the story. A couple of the guys I say, okay, how would he afford this? They said no comment. I can't tell you all that. And I think for anybody that would pique your interest when they say, oh yeah, I can't tell you how Stalions was affording all of it, but he was paying for it. So pretty much I was at a dead end, and early this morning, I got a message. He has also asked me not to share his name, so I'm going to say a source. A source reached out to me early this morning at about 8 a.m. and saying, hey, Matt, I got some information on this Connor Stalions dude you might want to know. I said, okay, sure, let's hear it. And this guy told me he's not a family member, but he is friends with a family member that knows Connor Stalions. And I thought it was sketchy, trust me. I mean, it's some random person messaging you on Twitter, Instagram, but it all adds up. And this guy stated that Connor Stalions has a side business. So I want you to think of this from my perspective. A few days ago, I got a couple of recruits reaching out to me saying, yeah, I can't tell you how Connor Stalions was affording it, but he can afford it. And then fast forward time into Thursday morning, and you're going to see this video on the Thursday afternoon or night, I got some random person reach out to me and tell me that Connor Stalions has a side business going on. Makes some sense, doesn't it? And I asked this person, okay, what's the side business? Because I'm invested. I'm like, man, well, what's going on? What's he doing behind the scenes? And he said he couldn't tell me. Really don't know why he couldn't tell me. Not sure what the reason for that was, but he has a side business. And you got to think about it. I am skeptical to believe this, and if you're skeptical, I understand it completely. But it does got to make some sense, doesn't it? Because we've been talking about that since day one. How was Connor Stalions even affording to buy all these tickets and do all this stuff when he was only getting paid $55,000 a year? It adds up to me. Makes sense to me. The dude's got a side business going. So here's my question to all of you, each and every single one of you watching this video. What do you think about all that? I did want to share that with y'all. And to go along with that, this video's not over because there's more information that has came out as well. Remember that picture floating around we already talked about where it looks like Connor Stalions is at the Central Michigan game? Well, check this out. This has been going viral all over Twitter. It currently has over 6 million views. There's a picture of his glasses. Look at his glasses here. I'll try to point an arrow to it. You see that circle? That blue circle? Yeah, that looks like it's recording something. I don't know if this is real. I don't know if it's fake. But if that's real, that's some pretty good evidence right there. For those of you that don't know, yes, they do make glasses that can record stuff. And when they record, yeah, they light up. I have no idea what's going on with that, but I'm sure someone's investigating it. To go on top of all of that, news is coming out today, and I believe this came out late last night, but everybody's talking about it today. The coaches, all the coaches in the Big Ten, they got on a call Thursday, and a vast majority of the league's coaches encouraged Commissioner Tony Petit, how do you say that? I don't know how to say his last name, to punish Michigan. The call, which took 90 minutes, included nearly an hour without Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh. Why this happened? Because Harbaugh hung up after the regularly scheduled Big Ten business to allow the conference's coaches to speak freely about the NCAA's investigation into Michigan. According to 5 sources familiar with the call, a chorus of voices encouraged, I don't know how to say his name, how do you say, is it Petiti? Yeah, I don't know. To take action against Michigan in a call that was described as both intense and emotional. Quote unquote, collectively, the coaches want the Big Ten to act right now. What are we waiting on? We know what happened. I find that so funny. I mean, come on now. Yeah, they want Michigan to be suspended or have a penalty or something because they're competing with Michigan, and Michigan's the best team in the Big Ten. I just find it laughable, man, because I get it why the Big Ten coaches want a punishment to happen, but I mean, I don't expect him to sit up here and say, oh, yeah, let's just let Michigan go scot-free. They didn't do anything. This situation just continues to get more intense as the days continue to go along. And to be honest, I feel bad for the Michigan players. We can sit up here all day and ridicule the coaches and the coaching staff for doing something wrong, but the players didn't do anything wrong, at least from my knowledge. I hate it for them. I really do. And even if Michigan wins the title this year, I feel like a lot of people, they're going to put an asterisk by it. And that's actually the most humiliating thing as a man, when you win something and there's an asterisk beside it. You hate to see it, man. You hate to see it. This is the newest of new updates. I'll try to keep you guys updated. I'm sure some more craziness will come out in the next couple of days. Let me know your thoughts down below. But Roman.